Joe Biden um, came into office saying, well, he ran in 2020 saying, I want to bring decency and dignity and respect back to the White House and honor. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, so he said he wants to bring dignity and decency, right? Well, get this. So FEC documents, which are the Federal Election Commission, they are the people you file your paperwork with to run for office. Whether it's a mayor or a governor or presidency or a Congress or a city council or whatever, district attorney, whatever. And you file your paperwork of who your donations are, who your donors are, with them. Anyway, so I just thought I'd give that history for those that don't know. They have shown that Joe Biden got a 1 million, his inaugural committee, which is the committee that handles all the inauguration and they book the guests and the singers that go and sing for them and then all of that. Anyway, they got a $1 million donation from a space defense agency, a giant space defense agency and company, Lockheed Martin, who's a defense contractor. You know, they make the weapons that Joe Biden sends you to war with if you're a troop, if you're one of the troops, if you're a soldier. They create the bombs and the mechanics and the airplanes and all of that allow you to go and kill people when you shouldn't. The endless illegal wars. They promote that. They help with that because it makes them good money. Anyway, they got a $1 million. So his inaugural committee got a $1 million donation from Lockheed Martin. And Lockheed Martin is a part of a $23 billion arms deal and weapons deal with, guess who? The United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates, who are committing human rights atrocities in their own country. So Joe Biden is arming a bunch of thugs because they gave him money because it's a business. So he comes in, he looks at a Trump era policy which said, hey, we're going to give the UAE, because Trump didn't care about human rights abuses, we're going to give you guys $23 billion and Lockheed Martin's going to be a part of it. Well, Lockheed Martin needed to keep doing that because they knew that if the UAE got $23 billion in weapons deals, guess what? Lockheed Martin's going to be making those fucking weapons. Okay? So they needed to make sure that they kept that deal going. So what did Joe Biden do? He comes into office, he looks at the deal, and he says, you know what? To hell with human rights abuses. Hell yeah, let's make this deal. Because they gave him $1 million. That's how this works. That's the most important thing I want to tell you. This is how politics works. You give me money, I now work for you. I will do whatever corrupt deal you want me to do. This is how corrupt Joe Biden is. And, this is kind of what Trump did. So the predatory payday lender industry, they're the guys who you go and get a payday loan, which is like you got to pay it every 2 weeks when you get paid, or every week or whatever it is, depending on how you get paid, you got to pay that. Or they come after you and then they raise the interest rates up to 1,000% or 1,300%. Literally, they do that just because they feel like it. So what Trump does is, so his inaugural committee, same one that Joe Biden had, well, same companies but different people, some of the same. So the same inaugural committee scenario, they got for Trump $1 million from the predatory payday industry. Payday lender industry. And then what did Trump do? He came in, he closed down the investigations, he shut down the investigations into the payday lender industry. He shut down the cases waged against the payday lender industry by Obama, and he shut down Obama era regulations against the payday lender industry. Because guess what? They gave him money. So when you're getting screwed over by all these predatory loan people, predatory loan sharks, and you're wondering, gee, why is my interest rate so high? This is why. Well, guess what? Trump did that. And guess what? All these human rights abuses that are going on around the world, guess what? The UAE is participating, and Joe Biden is letting them do it. And he's letting it happen. So where's so much for the dignity and the decency? Dignity and decency. Joe Biden doesn't care about dignity and decency. He doesn't care about human rights. He never did. He never has. He never will. All right? It just understand that. And to all those who say, no, you're being false. Or it's unfair that you're beating Joe Biden down like this. Joe Biden is doing this to himself. That's what's happening. Joe Biden is doing it to himself. And if you're complaining, you're just spreading lies and right-wing conspiracies. This is in documents. So if anybody else has something to say, look at the documents. Research it. Oh, man. Some people just piss me the fuck off when it comes to Joe Biden. Oh, it's a lie. But if I were to flip the story around and tell some of my Democratic bootlicking friends, bootlicker establishment friends, hey, did you know that Trump did this thing with the UAE? Oh, monster. Oh, because it's Trump. Everything Trump does is bad. Jesus. Okay. Now, my idea of politics is let's stop arming everybody. Don't even arm your allies. I'm sorry. Just don't. Maybe your allies, okay, if you think I'm going too far. But do not arm the UAE, who are human rights abusers. And anybody, don't arm China, don't arm Russia, don't arm Saudi Arabia, who's an ultimate human rights abuser, but and Israel, who's also a human rights abuser against the Palestinians. Don't arm any human rights abuser. In that case, you're really not going to arm anybody, because they all do it. So, just thought I would bring that story to you.